A blessing is a blessing and a curse within itself. Because when the king do something for you and you surrounded by maybe ungrateful people or people who have not stepped into their season or their blessing the way you have, it stir up something in people that you just have no control of. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? And then this is another thing when it comes to a blessing. You can't carry and have your blessing and be spiteful, be haughty, be arrogant, be prideful. You can't carry your blessing in the way of, I got mine, you man, go quit playing. You can't carry yourself like that. If he give it to you freely, you have to give and move as freely as the blessing came. And a lot of people can't handle that because they got it in their mind that the Most High blessed you for you to be spiteful and for you to step on people. Y'all know the word I want to use. On people who didn't recognize who you were. People who didn't recognize your value. People who didn't expect you to become what it is you became. You want to use that as a flex and not as humility to show you letting your light shine so people can glorify your Father who is in heaven. Most of us, we get our blessing and we start moving funny, acting funny, treating people a certain type of way. It's a lot of things that come within that blessing. Humility is the main one. You have to continue to remain humble, point blank, period. A lot of people don't want to do that. But I got on here, man, because I want to put somebody in the mind of being grateful and being thankful. It's a such thing as I guess you can call it spiritual greed. It kind of just came to mind. It's a such thing as spiritual greed. I guess that word, that phrase can coincide with getting to a point of where you feel spiritually spoiled. Sometimes you get to a place of where so many things, you come into the spiritual realm where things start working out for you. You become more optimistic. You become more trusting. You become more confident in who you believe in and who you are and who you connected to. But a lot of times you still need to understand within that you have to exercise your humility, because even your favor and your grace can come off as haughty and prideful. You got to understand that even though the blessings are coming, you still have to be okay with a no. Some of us try to fight through a no on the strength of he's been doing, his hand has been moving, his hand has been moving. So now you got to a place of where you don't understand a no. And when that no hits, you're thinking more time in prayer is going to change the no. You're thinking more time in worship is going to change the no. You're thinking more time in praise is going to change the no. You're thinking more time on your knee. Listen to me. That's not going to change the no. You've got to a point of where it's spiritual greed. And him being all knowing, he also know how to handle, okay, I ain't saying you can't, but right now you need to come back to a place of understanding humility. It's no different than a child. Children do it all the time. As parents, you want to love on your child. You want to create a life for your child you did not have. You don't want your child to go without. But there's also a time as a parent where you understand you have to start saying no out of, you've got to a point of, even as my child, you think you're entitled. You think on the strength of, I've always said yes, I don't have a right to say no. Not only do you feel like I don't have a right to say no, you don't know how to carry and understand a no. And when I say no, it's about to expose your spiritual greed, and you feel like I have no choice but to do things for you. That's what we have to understand when it comes to your relationship with the king. Your relationship with the king, just because he said no, listen to me. Don't you trying to throw a temper tantrum. If he could read the disciples' minds when he was with them, he can read yours. Now, he's all seeing and all knowing. Then on top of that, you allow anxiety to overcome you on the strength of that's not it right now. You allow people pleasing to overcome you because that's a no right now. You allow your countenance to fall. Listen to me. In the scripture, the Most High read body language. Body language says a lot when you in that spiritual realm. I have blessed you. I have helped you financially. I have helped you mentally. I have brought back your health. I have helped people through you. I have done things to you. And the minute I said, not this time, not right now, chill for a second, your countenance fell as if you were disappointed in the person who has done so much for you, as if you couldn't handle. That was we still, as a parent, as many times as you gave your child toys, bought your child clothes, took your child to the pool, let your child have sleepovers, let your child, the minute you say, come on, we leaving this playground that they love to go to, they body language let you know, hold on, I know you ain't being ungrateful. I done bought you here 7 times in the last 2 weeks. I know you ain't saying, I know you just didn't throw no temper tantrum. I just bought you a closet full of, you got all kinds of clothes. I know you ain't saying, you got all the recent games. I know, hold on, I know you ain't comparing. When I done did over and above, I done went beyond and above to make sure. That's what most believers don't get. Spiritual greed can be a thing. I done did this, I done did that, I done did that. The minute someone you thought pressing harder was gonna force it. Now what you stepping into is disobedience. That's off limits. Now your body language and your posture is showing you need to be humble. Point blank period. I'm grateful. You got to remind yourself, you got to go through your Rolodex of blessings of what he done did and understand that was up. We chill. I'm gonna spend some time with you. I'm gonna keep with it. I'm gonna boom, boom, boom. And most of us just forget to do that, but that's really all I wanted to get on here and say. And I had to say that for myself because, it's been a great year for me. You know what I'm saying? It's been a great 3-4 years. I've got to a place of where I probably could be experiencing that. You know what I'm saying? In some areas, because when you've been through so much, you've experienced so much hell. Let's put it like that. When you've experienced so much hell, you feel like you're due for a blessing. And when multiple blessings hit, you try to fix your mind as to, I'm never going back to a place of hell. And when you do that, when you do get in the right place, in the right posture, you want to ride that ride just as long as you had to ride that ride in hell. You know what I'm saying? And you can. It just, that ride, that good ride also comes with more cruises of humility versus bumps of frustration and impatience and entitlement. You got a few, you can ride humility, but you also have to be cool with the bumps of frustration, bumps of impatience, bumps of you hit the bump, jump back on your ride of humility. Don't reverse the road and ride a bumpy road of frustration and then hit a road of a bump of humility. That's backwards. That's a backwards practice. And when you practice that backwards, it's listen, your heart is in the wrong place when it come to him. So yeah. That's all I want to get on here and share. With your students, DM me on Instagram, Bakerii. DM me on Instagram, Bakerii. My thoughts on Woody. I ain't gonna do that right now. I need to say this. I'll get back on here later. We'll talk about that.